that coming to PDP was from APP and AMPP. And it was the AMPP that matched to make the APC. So I'd always been on that trajectory. But somewhere, somehow, I veered off the line and went into the PDP. Because as at that time, it was the dominant party and it was doing quite well. And I got loads and loads of opportunities there. So there was no reason to jettison it. So it's like coming back to the beginning.
But there will be those who will say that PDP made you, politically speaking.
No doubt.
But now you are betraying the party that made you by dumping it. Is that fair?
It isn't fair. But you see, in life, nothing is fair. But all is fair, you see, in love and war. What has happened to the PDP is that it lost traction. And when you're traveling on a journey and you get to a place and you stagnate, there is a need to move beyond that point. And moving beyond that point means you might need to change the vehicle, you might need to change the vision, you might need to change something.
This is you seeking political survivor.
If you call it survival, I'll agree with you.
It does look like your vehicle is dying.
Yeah,
so you need to hold on to something.
And you must hold on to something. And there are those people who call us leaders. They always believe that with us in front, they will be able to get something. And now you cannot offer anything because there is a leadership vacuum. And so, when you see that, you must take the bull by the horns and look at what is on the table and take the best decision on their behalf, and of course, in your own interest.
Morally speaking, what do you feel right now? I mean, you were the minority leader. You spoke against the APC.
Yeah.
You thought that the APC was killing the PDP.
Yeah.
But you are going to the cancer that was killing the PDP that you for once criticized.
You see, with politics in Nigeria, what I found is everything is fluid. Very fluid. And we kind of...
character?
It's very fluid.
No ideology?
Nobody's anchored, sincerely, except, of course, the progressive movement that has always been anchored along such trajectory. What has happened to everyone, every politician, is that you really must decide whether you will be in a sinking ship or move on. And so you find so many minority leaders, so many leaders that have crossed even on the floor of the Senate and gone to the other party because they felt something was wrong. And when you feel something is wrong, the best thing to do is to move on. But I have been one of
against your own ideology, against what you have preached, Senator.
Yeah.
There are those who say, oh, this is the voice of opposition. You stood, and you stood well, and you spoke for your party, you spoke for opposition, and you spoke against the ruling party. And you said there was nothing good coming out of the APC. But now you're joining the APC. What happens to everything that you have said in the past?
The APC we talked about in the past, the government that was in power then, is not the current one in power.
So there's a different APC now?
There is a different APC now. Look at it this way. Like Lee Kuan Yew said, the success of any nation is the success of its leadership. A leadership that is pragmatic, resolute, and committed will find a way. That is what is happening now. This government is pragmatic, it's resolute, it's taking tough decisions and running with the decisions. It's not like other governments taking tough decisions, and when people start to complain, dropping it and making them comfortable again, going back to the old ways. Rather, it's taking the bull by the horns and moving on. And that is what I saw in the new...
So it was Bola Tinubu that made you join the APC?
I am telling you that it is this government that made me join the APC.
So
not any other.
So you are more like is our person, Parakpo, like
no,
but interestingly you're from Ekiti, and that word Parakpo actually came from Ekiti.
Yeah.
The Ekiti Parakpo concept.
Yeah.
So it's our man and it's our time. That's the concept.
No, it's about his leadership prospects. The way Nigeria is going, the way we are now projecting into the future, the way we're now going to make things better for those coming behind. Look at the reforms. I looked at some of them. The tax reform would never have been possible. Never. Because people would never have allowed it to happen. But it took a man who was determined and deliberate to say this must fly. And it has flown.
And
by the time we start, you will see that things might be a little difficult at first, but we'll turn the corner. And those are the tough decisions we require. Look at the issue of fuel subsidy removal. It was very tough. Nigeria was in serious discomfort. But look at it now. Who could ever believe that the prices of fuel will go up and somehow it will come down? That's not the way we know it in Nigeria. But it's coming down. We are even having competition. And people are bringing in petroleum products, and they're saying we'll even go down further. So those are the policies that I saw. Some of them were the students' loan thing, then the technical school initiative, whereby our children whose parents cannot afford the normal schooling can go into vocational schools, be paid, go to school, learn a skill, and get certificates that are international. That's the sort of thing we need to lift the poor from where they are. And I have seen so many others. Look at what is happening to Forex. Now we know that the fluctuation is about 100 naira. It's either 1,470 or 1,510. It's never going beyond that. So we now have a basis for determining what we're going to do. Those are the results we were looking for. Those are the reforms we were looking for, which never came. And now they are here. So why not support the person that has brought it about? Oh yes, you know, he's always been talking about market forces, even when he was in Lagos. He brought about the bonds, and then he brought private individuals into the power sector in Lagos State. Today, in my estate in Lagos, Magodo, we have light 24/7. And whenever they're going to take it, they give you prior notice. You pay, yes. But imagine if you need to do a business that requires electricity, then you know that you have it. You don't have to guess. And we need consistency.
I mean, you're so eloquent in speaking about this government, and one will almost imagine isn't the same government that a lot of Nigerians are. I mean, the same way you eloquently spoke against the APC.
I wouldn't have said that some 3 years back, because things were not running well. The policies were not even there in the first place.
So we're in the right direction. Is that what you're saying?
I believe the trajectory is great.
What about the present pain of the Nigerian people?
I feel for all of us. It's not only the ordinary people. We are all going through it. Business is not running like they used to. Things are not going like they used to. Inflation is there. But look at it between 2 years ago and now. You'll see that there is a sharp difference. Things are getting better. There is a likelihood we've turned the corner. And the only way we can go is towards development.
Senator, so basically, Tinubu is your impetus. Oyebanji locally.
Yes.
How are you going to align forces? Those who have fought against politically, on the political front. So you'll be holding hands with your former political enemies.
Well, we do that all the time in politics. It's free entry and free exit. And that's why in Yoruba parlance they say, that's the point. And those people you're talking about have also injured me at one time or the other.
Where lies your political future?
My political future, the people that are behind me. The people,
and they're not disappointed, are you?
They are not. They are even elated.
That you dumped the umbrella. And it's the rainy season right now.
They are happy, yeah.
The umbrella in which you use in covering some of them, you've dumped them. Will the broom be able to save you?
It was a beautiful umbrella. I am not one of those who will rile the umbrella. It was beautiful while it lasted. But I can tell you that with the broom, we'll also sweep.
So are you giving us a sense that the PDP is not rescuable?
I believe that there are still very good people there. It is rescuable. But you see, every politics is local. In my state, where I politic, the governor there is an Omoluabi Pro Max.
That's Oyebanji?
Yes.
Although very heavily criticized by opponents.
Oh, yes, yes.
He's not doing anything.
That's normal.
The works are not showing.
That's normal. That's very normal with every government.
Omoluabi without works?
Pro Max.
Is that
there are plenty of works. I was at the rally and we got a huge book where I looked and saw all the things that had happened in my local government, which I never knew was there. You see, he's a quiet person. And that is why they say quiet people are not good in politics. You need to blow your trumpet and talk about all those things you've done.
Just like your former principal.
Well, one of those, yeah. Yes.
You must be able to eat corn by the roadside.
Yes.
Eat amala.
Yes.
And cater for stomach infrastructure.
Stomach infrastructure vis-a-vis what you have done.
For the first time, after a long time, you and Ayefayoshe, you're on the same page.
Well, he's not in the APC.
No, but he said he's supporting.
He's supporting.
He's supporting Oyebanji.
Yes, he's supporting
he's
the
never going to wear, or he said he's never going to wear the APC toga.
Which is fantastic. Yeah. Which is fantastic.
If he's not going to wear the APC Babariga, but you are willing to wear the the APC,
I will not remain.
I
will not remain in the PDP as a member and work for the APC. No, it's not in my DNA. I will rather prefer to be in the APC and work for the APC. If I am not convinced, I will want to also leave and determine where I want to go. But I won't, by any chance, ruin all the good things that had happened.
Why not ADC?
ADC couldn't have worked for me. All the leaders there are my friends and my leaders. But it is not properly anchored. The structures are not there. I had thought if there would be a coalition, the coalition would be in the PDP, where the structures were very distinct and clear. But nothing like that happened. I will now go from number 2 to number 5, and then start looking for structures at the unit level, at the ward level, at the local government level, and the state level. When elections are just, the primaries for the presidential election is just around the corner.
The APC presidential candidate, Dumebi Kachiku, in the last election came 5th, even without this structure that you're talking about. You don't see prospects, even with the likes of David Mark, although Dumebi Kachiku said they are stolen, they cannot come and enter his house through the back door, and he's already fighting it. Are these some of your first fears about the ADC?
Coming 5th is not the problem. What is the number of votes? That's key to whatever we're talking about. Because it's votes. You can come second. The first person can have 6 million, and you have 347. And that's coming second. That is a relative thing. Coming 5th, you can move, or you can move up. But from 8,000 or 9,000, where do you move to? And I believe that the ADC wouldn't have worked for me, because the governorship election in Ekiti State that would determine what happens in 2027 will be June next year. That's exactly 10 months. In 10 months, we'll have an election, the governorship election in Ekiti. That is what will be the determinant factor for the 2027 in my state. And you see, every politics is local. So for me, it was a no-no.
So you didn't want to be like Ayefayoshe, who is fighting PDP and working for the APC?
I can do that. I cannot do that.
You are not staying inside to bring out the house the house down.
No.
You rather just stay where you
where
believe, and you think that the PDP doesn't have what it takes to win election again in Ekiti.
In Ekiti, we've been seriously weakened. Seriously weakened.
Because they feel
over
that
time.
Most of you leaders in the PDP are sold out. That's a filler.
No, it was because someone balkanized the place.
Who did? Your principal?
I am not going to mention.
You are the one who speaks truth anytime.
Yes.
Is he the one?
You
don't agree with his politics sometimes.
Not with his politics, yeah. But you see...
He spoke about you the other day, though.
That's fine. I mean, it's fine by me.
So do you blame him for destroying the
PDP? He did not. He was not firm.
He didn't manage it well.
He didn't manage the PDP
He mismanaged the PDP.
Yes. And so, we lost traction. We lost it all. You see, I don't mind fighting for Governor Ibanji. He's a good man. He's a hard worker. He's cerebral. He has been in the system for very long, so he knows the problems. And it's easy when you have the vision and you know the problems to be able to solve it. But then I had imagined that if we were going to support him, you will go and support him there. You wouldn't stay here and say, I am staying here, but I am fighting.
So you rather be APC and not PDAPC.
No, I would rather be APC.
There are people of that school of thought, anyways, and they are playing it very well. FCT minister is playing it very well.
Some of us
PDP, APC.
Some of us are different. I just don't believe that you should do that because I think posterity will not be kind if we do it. I would rather. There.
Why and how did PDP get to this point? You saw your friend, your very good brother, Dino Melaye. He described them as a cankerworm. The party has refused to metamorphose into what they dreamt it to be like.
We were all at fault. It's no use putting the blame on anyone. So we were all at fault.
You won't blame Atiku. You won't blame Wike.
It's a collective thing. It's a collective thing. Number one, we lost the leadership that should have propelled us to prosperity. All our presidential candidates left the party. So there was no father figure to report back to. Most of the leaders, some of them passed on. And then we had a new crop of leaders who were not strong enough politically to hold on to the reins of power. And coupled with the fact that we had been pampered while we were the majority party, coming into opposition was not our forte. We could not manage opposition. We were still running as if we were the ruling party while in opposition. And so it went against us. That's what happened.
Like they always say that, the way some last bonds, the way they believe, I mean, they behave, sometimes they have these entitlement mentality. And there are some of us who are firstborn, we were born with carrying responsibility all along. Maybe the PDP has always known how to be firstborn, but now doesn't know how to be a lastborn, now that is in opposition. But if PDP is to fix itself, what do you think could be done?
I think the leaders must come together to redefine what they want. And that, the redefinition, cannot work for the 2027 elections because it's quite close. You need to redefine and then to...
Like a rebranding.
You rebrand the entire... It's a 360-degree thing. And it's not easy to achieve, not with a politician at the helm of affairs in the center. This is the first time we're having a dyed-in-the-wool politician as president. He knows his onions. He knows all of us. He's been in the system for very long.
So it's going to be difficult to beat him.
It's tough.
Not even from any candidate from the north.
This is a man who has worked with everyone, who has been useful to everyone, who has had opportunities to assist governments. So beating him, uphill task.
Not even the PDP can do that. In that shape.
Not in that shape. No.
But that's sad.
It is.
Because if we ride on like that, without any challenge, I know the ADC said he's beatable. And El-Rufai said, look, they will send the president back, and they will send him back to Lagos. And they've shown that there could be an incursion into the political sphere where the president plays well. Peter Obi has shown us that no matter where your forte is, you can be dealt with. And he beat the president in his home state of Lagos. So anything can happen. Do you see any surprises springing up? 2 years is still far off time.
2 years is far off, but you see, there won't be surprises. Not too many. Yes, people will have votes, but they'll never come close.
Even with a Seyi Makinde from Oyo State, if you imagine...
He's a good man, hard worker. He has done so much for Oyo State. But Oyo State alone cannot come into this fray and make a difference.
You heard that Peter Obi is likely to return to the PDP. Yeah. Even with that?
The rhetorics of the last elections will not work again, except he comes with another gimmick. And you see, this is a politician, a man who knows the terrain well. My brother, it's tough.
But if you judge by what we are seeing in the last 2 years, and if there were elections today, and I make that allusion about America that does the midterm elections, and if there were midterm elections tomorrow, do you think that the president will be able to, the APC, do you think they probably would have been able to withstand the storm?
You're talking about the talks, the feeling that...
What we are getting, the performance, because politics is fundamentally how you are able to fulfill what you say you will do in office and be able to stand up and perform to the task of your office, and how the average person is able to feel the other end of the stick in terms of performance of your office duty.
My brother, what is panning out now is the usual 18-month, 24-month process. Every government that comes into power comes with a 48-month mandate. Usually, they run for the first 6-9 months on a budget that was not prepared by them. And so, your policies, you now put together your policies and put them in the public space, and they cascade down. And so there is pain, there is pressure. And people start, after every 18 months or 24 months, they start the noise about, we can't take this government again, we are suffering. Nobody waits for even 28, 30 months to see the results of the policies that have been put in place. That is what is happening. There is so much negativity because we are very impatient. We're in a hurry to get everything right.
An hungry man will be impatient.
Oh, yes.
If you have not had food in your tummy.
But then nothing good comes easy.
The man who treks half the way because he couldn't afford transportation costs will be angry. The man who is jobless will be angry.
But if we had gone the way we were going, we would have been worse off. We would have been Venezuela. Because you see, what the ordinary man sees is, I want something now and now. And that is what has brought us here. Because governments will bring out policies, good policies. And then when there is this hue and cries, they go back on them and we return to square one. But this government is very deliberate. It's saying, no, we must do this, we must go through the pains, and then it will be better. Can you imagine that when we just started and fuel subsidy was removed, rice went up to 120,000. But the other day I went to the market and I bought rice for 65,000. Food skyrocketed. But all of a sudden, now everybody has been pushed to the farms. We're now farming. A friend of mine now said, I need to buy a tractor. I didn't know there was money in agriculture. And so all of us have little farms where we're doing. We wouldn't have done that if things were not tough. Right now, in my village, it's tough, but people can eat. They can feed because they've gone back to the land and they are fully committed to what they are doing. And if government can hold on to that, then we'll turn the corner in no time. That is the reason why I believe in this government. Because it is resolute and committed and deliberate. When you are deliberate, you will always find a way.
And you don't have fear about the seeming distance in the linkage that you normally will have, the connection that the government and the leader has with the people. Are you worried about how this party that you have just joined and the governments have seeming detachment from the average person? And sometimes when you talk about the pains of the average person, they make you seem and look like a very stupid person and you don't know what you're talking about. And it feels like we do not belong in the same Nigeria where the average of the average and the poorest of the poor crying every day, but their voices are not usually heard, except for the elites who you see on the media. And that worries one, isn't it? Because these are the people who vote anyways, and they can spring up the surprise.
I believe there's a lacuna in the relationship between government and the people. There is a need for the government to evolve better ways of putting their policies out there in the open to the ordinary man. By the time they understand what is on the cards, they will know it's for the best. Whichever way you look at it, government is work in progress. We keep working on everything. We make mistakes, we go, we refine it and move on. But government must now be a lot more transparent. They must now let people know really what they are doing. What is going into this? How is it going? What are the end results that are expected? Where are the milestones so that they too can follow?
I mean, you were in Lagos when Bola Tinubu was governor.
Yeah.
Right. And if there's anyone who is a leader, who is a master of the control of the media and communications, it's one person, Bola Tinubu. He's got the advantage of the media right on at his doorstep. And there are those who say that should have naturally transposed, because I'm not a disillusioned Nigerian, and I'm not a journalist that is far from reality and truth. Are there positives in this government? Yes. There are things that are this government. Are there negatives? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But are they able to, and that's why I said the detachment, are they able to you are a communication expert.
They've not been able to communicate effectively.
Absolutely. Yeah. And when you tell them and say, look at this problem, they think that you are an enemy. The question is that now that you have joined them, are you seeing the problem? That yes, the average Nigerian is groaning in the pain, and you cannot take that away. You can't wish away their pain. Yes, hopes are coming. That is the only thing a politician can promise the people. But then how long will this pain take? And these are the problems. The government cannot be too detached from the people that you have promised to serve.
No.
The electricity you promised that you will fix in 4 years, realistically, that may not happen. Are you telling Nigerians why that may not happen?
It's an issue. What you're saying is the most important thing for the government to do right now. And I know that with the happenings now, they will have to do that. They don't have a choice. They will have to go that route. Because if the people don't know what the government is doing, they will just jettison everything and do the wrong things. But I believe President Bola Tinubu is a master of the game. Knowing fully well that this needs to be done, he will start now to do it. And for me, I will add my voice to whatever is being said so that they know that people are groaning. Yeah, people are groaning.
A guest of mine yesterday said the president needs to hit the street. He used to do it.
He used to when he was in Lagos.
With some of us,
but this is Nigeria. Nigeria is bigger.
Yeah, Nigeria is big, but it's a micro. You don't take. I mean, when you take sample as a scholar, you don't take all the sample. You pick the sample to represent the whole. The microcosm of the macrocosm, and you have to also get on the ground, not the echo chamber, not what they're being told. You as a leader, you were a deputy governor. Yeah. And your principal then will eat corn.
Yeah, we were going.
We'll ride the Okada with the average person.
Yeah.
That is how you know. You know the cost of the amala, the meat, the ewedu, and what is the difference. And those who say President Tinubu needs to, should he do that? Or should he just?
I'm sure he will do that if he is convinced, and I believe that he should be convinced. I will find a way of getting to people who are very close to him so that he knows that he needs to touch the people. What is important in governance is you're touching the people. The people just want to have a feel of government. They want to have a feel of the people who are superintending over their affairs. They want to know that this person cares. He definitely cares, because I spoke to him one-on-one, and he told me all his pains, and he told me that Nigeria is just turning the corner. That is just waiting to be at least 30 months before he can now tell Nigerians.
We hear that the president wants to be the Lee Kuan Yew of Nigeria. That's what we are hearing from those who are